All right, this continues from what we talked about in class today, and we're looking at compromise. During the Constitutional Convention in 1787, two sides couldn't agree, and in order for the Constitution to actually go into effect and pass, 9 out of the 13 states that were there had to agree on it. So with that, you have two different groups that break out. You have the Federalists and the Anti-federalists. Now, the Federalists, they were fine with the way the Constitution was when they started writing it. They believed in the idea of federalism, and they hated the Articles of Confederation. They believed that we needed a strong national government. Those are the four things that would define a Federalist. Now, a Federalist, they believe in the idea of federalism. And in federalism, the power that we have to govern is shared by our national government and our state government. So it combines the Articles of Confederation with the national government so that all the states no longer have the power. You have a leader or a group of people who meet, and they control what happens in the entire country, and then your state can control what happens inside your state. So you now have two bodies of government that can control what people do and give citizens protection at all levels. Now, since everybody didn't agree, the opposite of the Federalists was the Anti-federalists. They opposed the Constitution in the way it was written thus far in the Constitutional Convention. They thought that the Constitution did not protect the rights of citizens which they just received since they declared independence from Britain. So they didn't feel too comfortable with the Constitution. In order to gain more support, the Federalists wrote the Federalist Papers. Now, the Federalist Papers were essays that defended the Constitution and it helped gain support behind their opinion about why the Constitution was so good. Now, the idea of compromise plays a role once again. So the Anti-federalists would eventually side with the Federalists. We have a Bill of Rights included in our Constitution. Now, the Bill of Rights protects our individual liberties and rights. So this is once again showing you that compromise plays a role. So the Federalists and the Anti-federalists were against each other. You had the Bill of Rights as a compromise, and then they come together. So for class, you need to make sure you know the difference between a Federalist and an Anti-federalist and how they came to a consensus and agree with one another.